Hello there everybody, welcome back to another Train World 6 news video. This is a deep dive into the Bahnstrecke Leipzig to Dresden route. So each week until launch we'll be giving further details about each of the three routes, the trains and the deluxe edition loco add-ons. On top of this we will outline gameplay elements such as the timetable and layers, as well as give further context about the history of the real world railways. So this is the Bahnstrecke Dresden Leipzig. You've got a date there of obviously today's the 9th, tomorrow is the live stream, which is quite cool. So we start with the longest of the three routes, the Leipzig Dresden, and we'll have obviously details on the Morristown and the Riviera in good time. So this is the map, which to me the most interesting part of this route, forget Leipzig, is actually this bit here. You get the new S-Bahn, well not the new S-Bahn line, but new to the game. There's an S-Bahn line, I believe, from Dresden Hauptbahnhof, and it sort of goes, well you can see it on the map where the cursor is, you get this whole new line here. To me that's the interesting bit, as I do like my sort of commuter stuff. And then you get the line from where the cursor is, all the way over to Leipzig, which is going to be cool. It's quite an expansive route. Obviously extending on the original rush hour Riesa Dresden route. So go beyond the boundaries of Navico Dresden and accelerate westbound all of the way to Leipzig in Train Mode 6, drive the modern ICE, regional and freight traffic along the oldest long-distance railway in Germany. There's a little shot there of Leipzig Hauptbahnhof as it appears for the second time in the game. Well, sort of. We did see Leipzig Hauptbahnhof in the game before, but it was sort of it wasn't completely modelled. We saw it on the rapid transit route, sort of a basic model of it. As on the rapid transit route, you go into the low-level platforms below the main station. It's built in 1839. The Leipzig-Dresden Railway was the first long-distance line in Germany, one of the oldest in the country. Over time, the line earned a reputation for being one of the busiest as well, and its age meant it has seen many improvements to keep up with demand. Today, it is a modern commuter network and LZB-equipped intercity line in one. Then we got a photo there of the 146. Is that on the Meissen branch? You get the Meissen branch, and it's potentially on the Meissen branch. You've got a bit of light rain there coming down. So fast services beat the regional traffic through the use of separate lines that each take a different path through the Saxony countryside, and the outskirts of Dresden are served by frequent commuter services. Those seasoned TSW players may feel that they know half this route already from the Dresden Riesa add-on, the doubling length to Leipzig and the addition of the Dresden to Coswig line more than doubles the possible gameplay and services available across the expanded route in Train Mode 6. The total route length is 160 kilometers, which is a very impressive amount. I think that's the 294, which is coming with the deluxe edition. It's sort of a shunter / can go on the it can go on the main line to do mainline runs, but mostly sort of a big shunter. So key additions to the route include new 65km extension, 20 new stations, new addition of 13 km Dresden Coswig line, Friedrichstadt marshalling yard, a green stripe variant of the 411, platform and passenger announcements, random events in service mode, train faults, updated the Talent 2 to have suspension, and entitlement preserving layers for other TSW routes. So let's see, Dresden Riesa entitlements. All players of the Leipzig Dresden will receive entitlements to the previously released Dresden Riesa route add-on, adding even more trains to their roster and preserving service layers applicable to other European routes in their collection. The old Dresden Riesa route will not be available to purchase separately. Makes sense. Oh, can we have a look at this now? Let's have a little look-see. As we watch the video, I should have some of my lovely protein yogurt. As we have a little look-see at this. Credit to Dovetail Games for this little video. There's the 294. See, sort of similar-ish cab to the 363, but just big. I mean, it's like a big 363, I suppose. There was the ICET with its green stripe. How fascinating. Cool. And there's the good old Talent 2. Back in Leipzig again. So the sort of full showcase of this will be tomorrow on the Dovetail Games channel. Yeah, there's the 185. You got anything we sort of haven't seen? And there's the Meissen branch, which is beautiful. There it is. Right, so there is a wide variety of trains and locomotives included in this route, covering a range of services. High-speed, local S-Bahn freight and shunting gameplay is all catered for, with additional trains available courtesy of Dresden Leipzig. And then you've got the 294 shunter, available in the Deluxe and Special Edition. So the BR294, originally known as the V90 series, were built in the 1960s and 70s as heavy shunting locos. Their weight and power made them suitable for shunting long trains, but also transporting wagons between different locations. In the 90s, the fleet overhaul saw 290 locos rebuilt and reclassified as the 294. Despite their age, and with multiple locos retired in favour of new attraction, many 294s can still be found working today, holding on to local train duties and preparing long-distance freight for mainline traction to take onward. Their continuing commonality has made them a familiar sight across the length of Germany's oldest long-distance railway. And I assume it has, was it PZB 85? No, PZB 90. I assume it has that. Or does it have Indice? Despite their age, no, we've seen that one. Yeah, cool. In Bahnstrecke Leipzig Dresden, the 294 will work to assemble freight consists in various yards along the 160-kilometre route, with some mainline running, moving trains between facilities. Given their prominence across Germany, players will get further use out of this locomotive by spawning it onto timetable mode in other Train-Sim World routes, so I assume as a substitution. The BR294 comes equipped with PZB and CIFA. There is also a throttle lock that players will need to be mindful of when operating, which is highlighted by the driver assist prompts. So yeah, similar to the 363 then, in that respect. But cool. And you can purchase it separately as well. Then the ICET, which does tilt. ICET units have been in service across Germany since 1999, adding a different style of train to that of the ICE1. The ICET's tilting function, which can reach a maximum of 8 degrees, allow them to travel at higher speeds than conventional trains. A separate system is in place to monitor this and needs to be enabled in order for the tilting to take place. This system, GNT, works with other safety systems like PZB, LZB and CIFA to ensure safe operation across the Frankfurt-Fulda route. Which I assume it's now meant to say. I'm assuming they might have copy and pasted that from a Frankfurt Fulda article, but I'm assuming they will be tilting on this as well. The 411 ICT comes in a new variant, green stripe. So yeah, I assume that's meant to say they do tilt on this route. You get the Talent 2, a new generation. Talent 2 was built by Bombardier and introduced in 2009, the successor of the Talent. The Talent 1 actually is in the game, it's on the Vorarlberg route. This was put into service by Deutsche Bahn to replace older EMU types and loco haul trains on both S-Bahn and Regio services. The variant in Leipzig Dresden has been updated to include in-game suspension. The 442 comes with PZB and CIFA, and you get the 185. The modular Trax locomotives from Bombardier have become one of Europe's most widespread family of locos and includes the 185.5 Bombardier's Trax. Top speed 140 km an hour, and they do freight stuff. We all know this stuff. Then you get the 146 and Dostos, which is the 146 I suppose is the 185 but passenger. Further passenger services can be operated by the 146.2. This locomotive is a modern, speedy, passenger-orientated example of motive power. In the early 2000s, Deutsche Bahn placed an order of 47 passenger locos. These would follow in the footsteps of previous designs, such as the 185.2, combined with older passenger variants to provide a modern counterpart known as the 146.2. And then additional trains, so the inclusion of the Dresden Riese entitlement for all players of Train Sim World 6 means that you'll get the 143 and the 363. New features, well, we already know about this, so yeah, you're going to get train faults, random events, timetable layers and gameplay. An extensive and complex timetable has been implemented into not only to make full use of the variety of trains, but those from the wider German content back catalogue. So let's see. So you'll see ICET express traffic between Dresden and Leipzig, using the avoiding line in the east and LZB in the west. Regional services with the BR442, the 143 Hull Dostos operating peak S1 and all S2 services. 146 Hull Dostos operating S1 and regional express 50 services. Multiple paths from Dresden to Riese. Freight trains using the 185, BR363 shunting services. And of course you also get services in the 294. Oh, hello. A number of additional service layers. So the BR1442 trains from Rapid Transit, offering playable S4 services from Leipzig. That'll be cool. BR642 trains from Maintalbahn. BR218 services using M-Wagon stock. ICE1 services from Kassel-Würzburg, adding more AI. The original 101 and also the BR193 from Hubstrecke Rhein-Ruhr. Dresden Chemnitz gives you some 612 AI traffic, and the 103 with a rail tour from Linke Rheinstrecke. In addition, static stock that rotates throughout the year will appear at Leipzig Hauptbahnhof, featuring trains from a wider range of add-ons, including the E94 rail tour pack from TSG. This represents the museum platform, which in reality also rotates a series of historic rolling stock. That's quite cool. So it's just a platform dedicated to old trains, like that. As is typical of German routes and Train Sim World, playable locomotive substitutions for both freight and passenger services are available for players with additional content in their collection. There's a sale on German stuff on Steam, on Rapid Transit, Hubstrecke Rhein-Ruhr and the old 101. So if you're on PS4 and Xbox One, there will be a lower amount of services. All playable services in timetable mode will use the Talent 2. Wow. Blimey, okay. All services in timetable mode will be the Talent 2. That's interesting, but yeah. The only additional layer will be for the 294. Interesting. Cool. Well, that is going to be it. Hopefully everyone has enjoyed that in some way. But yeah, that was the article there, or the deep dive into the Leipzig-Dresden route. Are you looking forward to this route? Do comment below. Apart from that, see you all and take care. Bye guys.